check out the website jfresh.co.uk.
Yo, this your boy Kid Ink, man, telling you to make sure you check out the website jfresh.co.uk.
All right, what's good, people? It's JFresh here for the website jfresh.co.uk. Joined live in the house by the guy who is owning 2014 right now. Kid Ink, what's happening, bro?
Yo, what's good, man?
It's good to have you here, man.
Yes, in the building.
You are responsible for that record. That record that has girls running up to me when I'm DJing, screaming, show me at them.
That's dope, man.
Man, the record was big. It's become a monster.
It's been going crazy.
Certified gold?
Yeah, certified gold, man. Trying to reach platinum, man. It's definitely it's a new thing for me, man. The gold, the #1 single, you know, really just having this one song that's taken it so far. Yeah.
And the gold plaque, where is that hanging at the moment?
It's at home above the fireplace in the next to the kitchen where everybody can see it.
People come in the house, they can see it straight away. It's on display.
Yeah, I didn't want to put it in a room anywhere. Like, only I could see it. I want to make sure it was exposed.
Wicked.
Until I get the studio set up, you know.
And then it's all on the side.
Yeah, and I'm once I get more of them, put them all in the studio.
Now, things are going real crazy for you right now. Recently, there've been the Kendrick support, the tour, AT&T commercials,
crazy
Super Bowl, records on rotation 10 times an hour. It's that amazing time for you.
Yeah, it's an amazing moment, man. And I think it's an amazing moment, but it's still just a beginning moment. It's still so much to do. It's just an introduction, man. And it's dope to have so many things happening at one time. You know, it's a little overwhelming. You know, it's hard to keep up, but it's definitely dope when people come and all tell you different things of how they, you know, acknowledge just the album or something that they saw, you know, on the TV or just whatever it was, man. It's always something different.
And with the album My Own Lane, I mean, legendary publications, The Source, XXL, covered it in mad positive terms. Is that a little bit humbling?
It's definitely humbling, man. Even like, you know, XXL, Forbes, MTV, you know, Source, Complex, like all these people who, you know, XXL's always showed a lot of love, but a lot of the other, you know what I'm saying, networks aren't really people who are on Kid Ink's radar every time. So, you know, for them to actually show and give reviews, especially someone like Forbes who has nothing to do with music reviews, you know, reviewing an album in its entirety is cool, man.
It's a strong look.
It's definitely a strong look.
DJ Mustard.
Yes.
He's that producer out there that all DJs, we have his records in the box. They're big hits. Now, he's contributed 3 tracks for your album. What is it about his productions that made you think, I need to mess with this guy? We need to do some beats together.
I mean, you know, it was, you know, definitely Mustard has some hit records under his belt. And, you know, he's from the West Coast, and I respect that more than anything. But aside from that, you know, we were just linking up outside the studio and inside the studio. He was sending me all type of beats, and I felt like these 3 records were different from a lot of the other stuff he had out already. And that was really my biggest problem with doing a Mustard record, was I didn't want to feel like I didn't want people to feel like I was bandwagoning because I was trying to do something like somebody else or had a song that sounded just like this person's song. So I was just waiting for that right moment to where, you know, Mustard was going to come up with something that was completely different, you know. And that Show Me was the first one, you know, and Main Chick came after that, and Rollin' was the last record I recorded on the album. And, you know, it was only expected to be one Mustard record at first. So, you know, it's just how it all played out.
And we look at the album, and for me personally, it's the track with Pusha T.
Yeah, man, I heard that in the club last night.
You went extra dark on that one.
Yeah, it was different, man. That was actually one of like the beginning records I recorded for the album too, probably like the 3rd one. So, you know, I had that record for a minute before Pusha was on it, and he ended up hearing the record and wanted to go crazy on it. So it was already a done deal when it was just me and the 2 verses. I kind of, you know, accepted that, and then, you know, Push had also worked with that same producer before. You know, he's a producer that produces over at Good Music. So it was dope to have that feel so natural, you know.
The transition from a mixtape artist to someone who makes hits is a difficult task. Not everyone can handle that, but you've handled that quite smoothly. Yeah. What's the secret behind that, or how did you ensure that happened?
I think, you know, it was one of the things where I had to take a loss in the beginning of my career when I was, you know, making the commercial sounding music as an independent artist, and people didn't kind of understand it. And then I had to kind of take a step back from making as commercial music and make a little bit more hip hop underground music, which I did on, you know, the last mixtape I had ended up releasing for free. And then when we decided to do the independent thing, it was kind of like, all right, let's get back to this album process and make stuff that's, you know, album worthy and not from there, you know, remembering the response from the mixtape, I kind of found a balance of making, you know, commercial records ready for the radio and the ones that'll still hit the streets hard, you know, like Murder and stuff like that. So, you know, the biggest transition, I think, is just not being able to release material and get responses back as much as you want, and of course tease fans and expose, you know, who you got on this record and this and that. You want everything to be a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, business planned, because you got a whole team behind you that's doing a whole bunch of other things, and we got to work together. It's not just me. It's me in the studio by myself, but once I leave the studio, you know, my career is not only in my hands no more.
There's a whole structure to it.
Yeah, you got it.
Beats out there.
Right, exactly. And you know what I'm saying, it makes sense more now. First, it didn't kind of make as much sense because I was doing so much independently on my own, but then you see when you have records like Show Me who reach gold and they're still servicing by themselves, you know, it makes me respect not being so anxious to put out new music because I'm still letting this one breathe and it's still hitting new ears. You know?
Cool. Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Is very close.
Close.
What are your keys to success to handling that situation properly?
Valentine's Day, I'm always last minute a little bit.
Okay.
But you know, I handle it well. It's all about, you know, not necessarily doing too much, more so than figuring out those things that can really be appreciated. That's how I always take gifts and holidays. It's about the things the small, really appreciated things that you're going to use every day, and then you're going to remember, oh, I got this on Valentine's Day. Not more so than something that is just, because I've bought expensive jewelry on, you know, for gifts, and then they get worn once and put in a box, and you're like, oh, that sucks.
It's not about that.
Yeah, so it's, you know, about getting things that, you know, really mean something for those days. Or me, I do a lot of I go try to do things that I would normally not do to show, you know what I'm saying, an appreciation of the day too, like stuff I'd probably be scared of, like skydiving or something like that, you know.
Putting in that bit of thought, that little bit of effort.
Yeah.
There's some good tips there, man.
Definitely.
Now, I've recently been made aware of the day after Valentine's Day. Yes, that day, Side Chick Day. Personally, I've never come across that. I've never had to handle.
I didn't know about that day.
But for you, is that something you've ever experienced?
Nah, that's a new day I just learned about. I need to put, is that on the calendar? The Side Chick Day?
I've heard things from sources. I can't let my sources out funny. There.
No one ever mentioned that day to me before. That's a new one.
Finally, one quick question. As an estimation, how many women do you think have got your name tattooed on them?
Man, it's
tens of thousands.
It's higher? Not even that they have Kid Ink, like not like my government name. No one has my government name tatted on me that I know about. But Kid Ink, my signature is autographed on a lot of fans, and I do it at shows, and the girls will be like, let me get the Kid Ink right here, I'm getting it tatted tonight. I'm like, oh, for real? That's great. So let me make sure I give you a perfect one. Sometimes I you know what I'm saying, you can't mess up on those because then they'll get a disgusting tattoo with my signature looking awful. But I've seen some cool ones. I want to say I've probably seen about 20. 20. I've seen them physically 20, but I know that there's more. I know that I've signed more than the 20 that I've seen already tatted, and it really ranges, man. The girls get my name tatted and the guys get my logo tatted, but they'll get like the logo and like my alumni logo, the Bat Gang logo. I've seen dudes with like my face portrait, like funny faces that I'll make and stuff, and cool things like that. So it's dope, man. And
finally, your fans to keep up to date. Obviously, you're active on the Twitter, Kid_Ink.
Yeah, man. Keep up to date with me, Kid_Ink on Twitter, Instagram, Kidding Bat Gang if you want to check out all the fly stuff, man. And kiddingmusic.com for all the shows and updates and releases and like that.
Wicked. Thanks a lot for your time, bro.
Thank you for having me, man.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate you.